The RSTHD layout is my current and favorite keyboard layout that I've used. It is a layout that was designed with split keyboards in mind, and it's fairly intuitive once you get the hang of it. I've been using it for roughly 5 months now, and I think I've finally hit the end game of what I want with my typing experience. Here's what the layout looks like. It gets its name from the RSTHD on the left hand's home row keys, and most of the vowels are on the right hand, with the exception of E. This goes on the thumb. It's a bit odd, but very comfortable once you get used to it. One bonus for programmers is that the greater and less than symbols are more accessible than ever. Right above the middle finger on the right hand and right below the middle finger on the right hand. The biggest downside for everybody with this layout is that you have to deal with learning the numbers again. And numbers aren't something that you normally practice typing, so it can take a while to get used to them, to say the least. Despite these oddities, I've found myself surpassing any sort of speed that I was hitting with QWERTY. I haven't quite hit my Workman typing speed, but I haven't been using this layout for nearly as long as I used Workman. I have made some modifications to the layout due to personal preference and my keyboard. I used the ZSA Moonlander, and I hate using pinky shift, and I want to use my left thumb, so I put shift and E on the right thumb cluster so that I could use my left thumb for space. After 63 revisions, I believe, to the original layout, I finally reached the layout that I want. I always recommend to anybody trying a custom keyboard layout, customize it to fit you so that you feel comfortable. Let's look at the downsides of using this kind of layout. So, in comparison to any traditional keyboard layout, you have QWERTY, Dvorak, Colemak, Workman, so on. This layout has a lot of disadvantages. Shortcut keys are a good bit worse than most of them, unless you set up macros like I did on my layout. You have Z all the way on the right hand, C is up on the top left. It's just a nightmare to hit all of the shortcut keys compared to like Workman and QWERTY. It also has a steeper learning curve compared to a lot of the normal layouts because none of the keys are in the same spot that they are on a QWERTY keyboard. So this is not something I'd recommend you use if you are learning your first keyboard layout. You can try it, and I'm sure you'll succeed eventually, but it is going to take a long time. The biggest downside to this layout is something I didn't see coming. You will forget how to type on a regular keyboard through learning it. It's designed for split keyboards. That's already a transition going from a regular keyboard to a split keyboard. And on top of that, you're switching up the layout so drastically that you'll probably lose a good bit of typing speed on traditional keyboards. I was able to make back this typing speed in about a month and a half of using my laptop, like normal. But I remember when I was learning Workman, it was bad, and with this, it was way worse. So, if you're going to learn this layout, I only really recommend it if you're really committed or if you are only going to be using your split keyboard at home. If you're in that sort of position, this is probably one of the best layouts you can go with. If I were to rate it on a 1 to 10 scale, we got like QWERTY sitting at 0 and Workman sitting at 5 out of 10. I'd give this like an 8 out of 10. Links to the official download for this layout and my modified version of it will be in the description. That's about it. See ya.